Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ty Monet and thank you guys for clicking on this video. Today I'm just gonna be washing my braids. I thought that I would pick up the camera and just film me washing my braids and what I do. I happen to have psoriasis in my scalp. I've been treated by a dermatologist and I was told that I had cerebric dermatitis, and then I was told that I had psoriasis of the scalp. And what happens when my psoriasis flares up, which honestly it's more often than not, I'll notice at first, and I'm gonna give you guys a close-up of my scalp. I wanted to just come on camera and be pretty raw with you guys. I get a lot of very nice comments from you guys saying how much you like my hair, and oh, it's beautiful, and how'd you get it to grow so long, and oh my gosh, it's so, all of these very nice comments, which I appreciate from you guys. But I wanted to come on camera and show you guys like the not so great side of my hair, which is the psoriasis, which honestly it takes over. I wash my hair more often because of it. If I'm not washing my hair as often as I should be, then I'm dealing with a lot of what they call scales, which are, to me, it's just like a really big, thick piece of dandruff. It'll be a little hard to actually, scrape off your scalp or your skin. That's what I deal with a lot, and especially when I am ready to straighten my hair. Unfortunately, I would love to have my hair straight for, several weeks because I think that it looks so nice, but the psoriasis comes in and stops it. It's like as soon as I wash my hair and blow dry it and start straightening that's like the onset of my psoriasis, like the scales starting to form on my scalp. When I was younger, I guess some people, and even myself, didn't really understand it, and we just thought that it was dandruff, and it's like, well, let me scratch your scalp and let me wash your hair, or you're not washing your hair properly and that's why this is happening. But that's not the case. It's psoriasis. There's not a cure for it, from what I was told and what I read. But there are obviously some things that you can do to help mitigate how bad it gets. Unfortunately, braids, which I love, a great protective style, and flat ironing my hair, which is something that I also love to do a few times throughout the year, is just something that's supposed to be enjoyable for me. It's not, because of the psoriasis. It's so annoying. So anyway, I said all that to say I wanted to come on camera and just show y'all the real, the gritty, the ugly. But I'm looking in the mirror right now, and I'm hoping you guys can see this. But this is the flake that stands out to me, and I hate it so much because it's the flakes, obviously I have in knotless braids, and the flakes will, if I scratch them, sometimes they'll get pushed under. So that's tough. And if you can see all up in here, what happens mainly is around my scalp, the scales will build up, and I think it's even worse if I put product around here. If I don't immediately wipe it out, before I go to bed or something, that buildup, to me, it just helps the psoriasis out and the scales just form. So if it wasn't for that, y'all would really be able to see thick scales. I get them mainly around here, up in this area, and then you probably see some right here. I get them really bad over here in both spots. Okay, and then of course I get them all throughout my head, and it will literally be no lie, big flakes like this, and they're really coarse. I get them behind my ear, so I'll get them behind here. I just want to be clear, it's not an issue with me not washing my hair enough. It's not an issue with me not oiling my scalp. I put oils in my scalp, whether it's a tea tree oil, which is supposed to be good for, fungal infections. I do jojoba oil, I do neem oil, I've done, almond oil, I've done olive oil, avocado oil, all those types of oils in my hair. And to me, all of those oils, for whatever reason, actually make it makes it worse. Once they dry, or once my hair drinks all of it, I wash my face twice a day, obviously, and I always take my washcloth and I, you know, will wash behind here as well, and I put lotion behind there. I just don't want you guys to get the impression that it's like, you could just like wash your hair better, or like, you know, wash your skin better and it'll clear up. It's like, unfortunately, I wish that was the case, but that's not the case. So all around my hairline, the scales will be pretty bad. To me, this isn't, y'all are probably looking at it and you're like, ew, that is bad. But to me, this actually isn't bad. The girl that braided my hair, shout out to Jackie. I actually went to high school with her. Y'all, I washed my hair. I put oil in my scalp after I blow dried my hair. Still went up in there and she was still scratching flakes out of my hair. And I'm like, what are you doing? And she was like, oh, well, I actually like doing this. I do it to my sister all the time. And I was like, oh, okay. Is there a lot or something? Like, I just washed my hair. She scratched my scalp. I put the oil in it and she was like, wow, this, like, your scales are lifting really good. Like, what is this, so I can tell my sister? And I'm like I said, I'll show you guys that later. I'm gonna take my hair down and just show you guys the rest of my scalp. I've been scratching my scalp all day because it's very, very itchy. And I'm laughing, but this is very, very sad. There are nights where all throughout the day, maybe my hair doesn't, or my scalp doesn't itch at all. And randomly throughout the night at 1, 2, 3, or 4 in the morning, my scalp will be on fire. It will be itching so bad to where I cannot sleep. And I've had to wake up in the middle of the night and wash my hair and do my whole hair care routine, because obviously you don't want to wash it and leave it because it'll be matted in the morning. Done that several times. I don't want to say that it's debilitating, but it's like, it's so freaking annoying. But I've gotten ketoconazole shampoo from my dermatologist. I've gotten the fluocinolone, I think maybe it's called, which is the scalp oil. And I've also got betamethasone. And all of those ONE, the medications that end with ONE, I believe they're all like antifungal. They're all for the antifungal family. I don't think those are good for our type of hair, especially the betamethasone. It is in a alcohol suspension, meaning that it's sitting in alcohol. That cannot be good sitting on your scalp. This is my scalp. Hopefully you guys can see it. Some parts are worse than others for whatever reason. And it's actually really bad up in here. You guys can see that. Sometimes the scales they're so like stuck to the skin that it's hard to actually lift them. And this oil that I use, it makes it very, very easy for them to lift. Psoriasis scales around my ear, like they'll be up in here. Sometimes they'll be down here and around here. And that can affect my little piercing right there. Not fun. And as I'm doing this, the amount of dandruff that's falling out of my hair is crazy. Okay, so, ooh, that itch is so, okay. Ooh, it's just so bad. I only used this once before, but I did like it. It's the Weedad Ready Set Clean. It's scalp and hair rinse. This does not produce like any suds or a lather or anything like that. It's literally just something to cleanse your scalp. Free from sulfates, parabens, silicones, and all of those things. Oh, and nuts too. And it says that it eliminates buildup, residue, and grease without stripping, drying, or disturbing your natural pH. I'm gonna get some warm water in this and I'm gonna spray it all throughout my scalp, and then I'm gonna put the Weedad in and kind of massage it in. Then I'm gonna take a towel and kind of wipe in between where the braids are, like just my scalp, because I'm obviously not able to scratch my scalp or really penetrate it with anything. All right, so I have my warm water in here. I'm gonna start spraying. I'm actually very anxious to spray my scalp because it itches so bad. And now that I've sprayed all that water in my scalp, you can see like the spots that are a little more white are gonna be where the buildup or the scales are. With the Weedad, this is the consistency of it. It's just jelly. Like I said, it doesn't lather. That already feels nice. And I'm just feeling for the parts and kind of putting the shampoo or the rinse, I'm putting it on the, throughout the parts that I can feel. I'm not gonna massage it in too much because I don't want to disturb the parts, but I am gonna massage it a little bit. It's August the 15th and I got my braids done on August the 7th. 7 days or 8 days, can't count, can't do math. Braids for me just don't last long, and that's something that I've gotten accustomed to. I'm just gonna damp it with some warm water. Just going to wipe alongside my edges to kind of wipe away the buildup or the scales that are there. See that? This is what the towel looks like. And the hairline, like the back of your neck. I am actually gonna go ahead and rinse this in the shower. I'm just gonna massage it a little bit more so that the scales come up. I just don't want to massage it too hard, and I'll probably take the towel and wipe a few more. Like right here. You see how white that is? It's just gonna be buildup. And you just want to make sure that you're being gentle so that you don't accidentally rip any hairs or get into any snags, and you don't want to mess your hair up anymore. You guys see that big one right here that I just wiped? So I think I did a pretty decent job at wiping what I could feel and what I could see. Wipe this one. Now I'm gonna rinse this, I'm gonna rinse the Weedad out of my scalp so that it's not sitting there. I can still feel that it's there, but I don't want to get all of my hair wet. I kind of just want to lean over the shower and let the shower water, like, you know, graze my scalp and not the rest of my hair, because it takes forever to get dry and it's heavy. This hair is heavy, it's a lot. guys can see my scalp now. I just rinsed the weedad out of my hair, and my scalp feels good now. I'm not seeing any of the scales, so that's a good sign. So now what I want to do, I was telling you guys about this oil that I like to put in my scalp. The oil, I feel like it moisturizes my scalp really well, and I also feel like it helps lift the scales up from your scalp. If you guys have psoriasis, those scales can really sit on your scalp and they can be really hard to scratch off. And the oil that I use, it's nothing special, it's nothing fancy. I know I've been talking about it and I haven't showed you guys yet. It's literally just this cheap Africa's Best ultimate herbal oil. It says it's a revitalizing multi-purpose oil for hair, bath, nails, and body. Literally multi-purpose. Can you see that? I'm almost out. This stuff really helps lift the scales from your scalp. When I put other oils on my scalp, like I named all those oils earlier that I use for my scalp, when I put them on my scalp, if I have you know, those psoriasis spots in my scalp, it's like the psoriasis drinks it, and then the next day you can see those scales all over again. But with this, it seems like I put it in my hair and it just loosens them up to where I can just go like this and it just flakes and comes off. So I really like that about it. I'm not gonna do anything fancy with it. I'm just gonna put it on the balls of my fingertips and rub that in, and then find where my where these parts are in my scalp, and I'm just gonna rub that in there. And like I said, I just made sure that I sprayed my scalp again so that it seals in that moisture. And while I'm talking to you guys, I feel like it dried up again. So I'm gonna spray it real quick again. Just pour some on the balls of my fingertips and rub it in. Okay. And then I'm just going to put it around the front of my scalp, in the back, literally just finding the parts and rubbing it in. Right now my scalp feels really good. It feels really refreshed. Now I'm having a lot less discomfort and a lot less itching. If I keep these braids in for 2 more weeks, like I said, I've only had them in for a week. If I keep them in for 2 more weeks, then I will probably do this process twice more. So it's probably like once each week that I keep the braids in. And then I'll probably, like I mentioned with the apple cider vinegar, just put a little bit in a water bottle and put that in my scalp and rinse that out as well. So my last thing that I want to do is go ahead and put some mousse in my hair. Y'all know when you get your hair braided, at the end they put mousse in your hair just to keep all those flyaways away. This is the mousse that I have. Which would y'all prefer? Would you prefer to see me put some in my hand and then put it on my scalp, or put it directly on my hair? I'm so childish. All right. So I'm hoping this will help set my hair. All right. Whew. All right, I feel so much better, y'all. Ooh, I really hate having psoriasis. It can put a damper on your day for sure, but you know, I would just encourage you guys to go to a dermatologist, or you know, if you want to do less chemicals and more holistic, then search for those types of you know, specialists that you can see for your scalp. Make sure that you try everything that you can. Don't rule out, like for instance, if you want to see a dermatologist and you don't mind the chemicals in your scalp, don't rule out, you know, other natural remedies as well that you can Google. You know, I would try a lot of different things. I know I was watching a girl on Instagram not too long ago, and she was talking about, so I think she was deficient in vitamin D, and she ended up being on some sort of supplement for vitamin D, and she said that she experienced, I mean, basically a cure for her scalp issues. So I do take vitamin D supplements as well. Maybe I didn't take the dosage that she took and the amount that she took, but I've never seen a difference with that. But just because I haven't seen a difference with it doesn't mean that you won't see it. So I would just encourage you guys to exhaust your options. I know that it's hard and sometimes it can get a bit much and it kind of gets you down sometimes, especially if you have a case that's worse than mine. Some days it's just too much for me, but I would just encourage you guys to keep trying and don't give up. Speak to a dermatologist or some sort of holistic specialist for it. Do your own research and Google things. Don't be afraid to switch up your diet as well. Just wanted to share with you guys my experience with psoriasis, and also just to give you guys some words of encouragement. And I do hope that you enjoyed my video, and if you did, please give it a like. Subscribe to my channel for more content. Definitely leave some comments below on, you know, whatever your experience is with scalp issues or what you try. Something that you say in the comments might help somebody else out, so I would encourage you guys to jump in the comments and talk. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.